All right. How do I know if I'm a starseed? Part 2. What's really interesting to me is I've been on this spiritual journey now for decades. And our minds within the human collective, our minds place a lot of importance on words, a lot of importance on the meaning of words and labels. And so when I hear the question, how do I know if I'm a starseed? I remember myself as a young woman, as a young girl. I think I was about 17 years old. And I read a book about the light workers and how the light workers were coming to the earth and how the light workers would create ceremonies to clean the waters of the earth and to assist in the dissolving of the pollution of the earth, and would assist in helping the trees, the vegetations grow, and assist in the healing of the earth. And I was 17 years old, and I just thought, oh my gosh, I wish I was a light worker. I wish I could be a part of that plan in helping the earth grow cleaner and more beautiful. And it's silly to me now, right? It's silly to me now, but I always think about that. I think about that kind of innocent, wishful hoping. And then I see where I've come and how far I've come and what I have come to do and become. And it's kind of funny, I mean, there was always a calling. There was always something there that was leading me down this path. And so if you're asking the question, am I a starseed? How do I know if I'm a starseed? The answer is, if you're asking the question, you probably are a starseed. And it's not a huge thing that you think it is. It's not. The word seems so foreign, and it seems like it separates, like, oh, those are starseeds, or those are walk-ins, or those people are light workers, and they're so special, and I couldn't possibly be that because I can't manifest at will. I can't channel. I can't do any of these things. I don't have psychic abilities. So I would love to be a starseed, but I don't have those special gifts. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. And I'll tell you why it's nonsense. I did not have psychic gifts. I was not able to channel. I did not have psychic gifts. I had a calling inside of me that it felt like a curiosity, a wanting to figure it out, wanting to know, wanting to see, wanting to prove. I needed to have God prove its existence to me. There was a very long period of time in my life where I wasn't sure if God actually existed. And it was really harrowing for me because I grew up Catholic, in a Catholic church. And I mean, I think I was a weird kid. I don't think many kids go out in the woods and walk around and talk to God and talk to spirit, although I don't know. But I would climb out on my roof at night. I had a skylight. I would climb out on my roof at night and I would talk to the moon as if that were the portal to God. And then I would climb these hills in my neighborhood and talk to God. And anyways, what was my point? I don't remember what my point was. My point was that, I remember. My point was that I didn't hear God speaking back to me. I didn't hear the trees speaking back to me. Nothing spoke back to me. It was this one-way conversation as far as I was concerned. And there was a really intense experience when I found out that Santa Claus did not exist. Okay. I'm just gonna be real with you guys. This was a big deal for me. I found out Santa Claus did not exist. And the way that I found out was pretty traumatic. Not going to go into it. But the result was that I suddenly woke up to this realization that my family and my mother, my father, and the people that I love the most in this world had been lying to me for years. I was 13. I was 13. I believed in Santa Claus until I was 13. Yeah, that was pretty gullible. But like I said, I'm not going to get into it. I'm admitting it to you online in public that I believed in Santa Claus until I was about 13 years old. I found out very traumatically. And from then on, liars, all of you. And what happened was, it doesn't seem like it was a big deal, but what happened was it made me question the existence of God. And it made me question the existence of, is there anything else beyond this world? Is there any meaning to life whatsoever? And that's pretty heavy contemplation for a 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 28-year-old. Yeah. But so in that period of time, between being 17 and fully being able to trust in God, which was actually probably not until my 30s, quite frankly, mid 30s, I continued to seek. I continued to question, because I felt as though I had a really strong relationship with God and with spirit, and I needed it to be there for me as my platform. And so I was seeking validation and confirmation in something more than the physical world, the physical reality. And I wasn't psychic. I did not channel. I did not have all of the gifts that I have today, but I sought them. I taught myself. I went to teachers. I received trainings. I practiced ceremonies. And in all of the work that I did, I received that validation. I received that confirmation. I received that full embodied knowingness of trust in the divine, in heaven, in God's source energy. And so the story, right? Like, I wish I was a light worker. I always was a light worker. I was always seeking. I was always questioning. I was always curious. And I certainly had times of huge times of conflict, depression, doubting myself, all of these things, go get a real job, all of this stuff, right? And yet the calling, the pulse was always very, very strong in me. And so how do you know if you're a starseed? If you are listening to this, for Christ's sake, you are probably a starseed, because who else would listen to this? I mean, come on. This is a lot of whole bunch of blah, 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 blah about blah, 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 blah. So if you're actually listening and you're getting it and you're like, okay, yeah, it's making sense, you're probably a starseed. And probably is the wrong word. I saw this, I was out for a hike last week up Shawana Peak Mountains trails out here in Ulster Park, New York. Beautiful little trail I love. I was out there and there was this huge SUV with big monster truck wheels in the parking lot. Huge thing, probably as big as this room. And it had a sticker on the back of it that said, a bumper sticker on the back of it, and it said, "I identify as a Prius," which I just thought was hilarious. So how do you know if you're a starseed? You don't need to know. You don't need to know without a doubt. You just need to claim it for yourself. You just need to know that within you is this spark of light, this divine life force energy that is calling you forward to bloom, to unravel, to disconnect from the limitations that are placed upon us in our embodiment within the collective of human consciousness. There's lots of limitations. There's lots of mental mind chatter. There's lots of programs in this earthly realm that would tell you that you're limited. And I'm here to tell you that you are not limited. You are unlimited. You are an unlimited being that can access these spiritual realms, that can access the source of your energy, that can access the source of your love, that can attain self-mastery of your being, self-mastery of your emotional body, physical body, mental body. You can do all of these things. You can open your gifts. You can access your spiritual guidance, whether it's coming through telepathically, whether you're seeing it visually, whether you are clairsentient and you're getting a physical sensation in your body. If you don't know how to do it yet, there's a training process. There's a training process. It's actually an interpretation process. It's how your brain interprets non-physical energy. And you have to learn it. You have to grow those neurotransmitters, those neural pathways through the brain that allow you to interpret the non-physical world, the non-physical reality, and the non-physical data that you're getting from your higher self, your spiritual body, your light body. So how do you know if you're a starseed? If you have listened this far, you're a starseed. You're a starseed. Hop on board. It's nice to just say it to yourself. It puts a lot in perspective. So I'm going to end the broadcast for now, but we'll come back with How Do I Know I'm a Starseed Part 3. Okay, take care, Star Nation. Bye.